Hello everybody and welcome to day 36 of our 90-day transformation program from mediocrity to mastery. My name is Matthew Armstrong and I am your host today. I really hope that we're live and you can see me and everything, because I'm watching the bottom screen in the right hand corner and it's just completely black and I can't see myself. So I'm just hoping that it's working right now. Hope. What do you think about hope anyway? Well, it looks like I'm working. Yeah. I think we're good to go. Let me just write in the comments in case anyone needs to refresh their screen. We are live. Please refresh your screen. So can't do multitasking, can only do one thing at a time. I'm not even signed in here, so I have to do one thing at a time here, or else my brain doesn't work. That's been incorrect. Come on. Okay, there we go. Some things I can do two things at once. I can do like pat my head and rub my stomach at the same time. But talking and then do something else at the same time just doesn't work for me. It works for some people, not me. So anyway, pleasure to be with you again today. We just moved back into our place last night after staying with family. So I've literally had about less than 2 hours sleep, as you might be able to tell. But it's cool. I'm feeling refreshed. I'm feeling inspired, ready to rock, ready to go. And so let's talk about time management first of all, and let's also talk about personal development, the law of attraction, and how. You ever watched The Secret? 2006, Rhonda Byrne, what in a movie called The Secret. Sold over 200 million copies of the DVD. Over 30 million copies of the book. Was it 200 million? Am I getting that right? I think so. Yeah, I think over 200 million copies of the DVD. 30 million copies of the book were sold worldwide. You know, why was that such a phenomenon? Why was that so well received by it was by the masses, right? 200 million copies of the DVD. That's gone. It went mainstream. Why did personal development, which personal development isn't mainstream? It's really not. You know, if you walk down the street and you ask 100 people, you know, what's personal development, you know, many of them won't be able to tell you at all. Over 90% will just kind of mean personal development. What's that mean? Like, you know. So why was that so successful, and why did it go mainstream? Well, one of the big reasons is because you didn't have to do anything, right? Even though it was supposedly putting you at cause by saying, look, you're the cause of your life. You can think something and then it will be created and you'll manifest it into your life. It was still paradoxically putting you into effect, because it was still actually saying you have to believe. That felt good. You have to believe that there's some magical power outside of you that will bestow gifts upon your life, as long as you think of gifts. Whoa. So as long as you have some sort of like wishful thinking it will work for you, right? So it was actually putting the effect. It was putting the effect of a supposed law of the universe, which wasn't proven either way, right? It's not proven either way. Yeah. And you know, I am the person who loves this stuff, right? But I can sit here and honestly say to you that that's why it was so popular. It was so popular because it was actually putting the person, even though it seemed to be saying, look, you're the cause of your life, you've created your life, the situation you're in right now is because of your thoughts have put you there. Which many people will agree with, right? Many people will agree with that. Many very intelligent people will agree with that. And I don't disagree with that. But at the same time, it's also saying that you got to believe in this thing, this law of attraction, and believe that you don't actually have to do anything. All you have to do is have some wishful thinking, and then these great gifts will be bestowed upon you, right? You just need to think of a red bike, and a red bike will come into your life. You don't actually have to do anything; it will just be given to you as a present, right? And that's what, you know, any kid watching it thought that, right? You know, so various things like that. You just got to think of checks arriving in the post, checks arriving in the post, and checks will just arrive in the post. So, you know, that's why it was so popular. That's why personal development suddenly went mainstream. Was because most people go, okay, I don't actually have to do anything. And even though it's saying that I'm the cause of my life, it's actually putting at the effect of my life at the effect of outside forces, these magical universal forces that can't be proven either way. So then, if it doesn't work out for me, well, it's not my fault. It's that these they're just lying to us, right? So, you know, what I'm going to tell you is the truth about it. The truth about it, which is less popular. You know, less popular. And even though you will get more out of watching this series, and more out of watching even this one particular training, than you will from watching the Secret movie. Let me tell you, I doubt this is going to go viral. I doubt that, you know, people are going to be sharing this far and wide, because it's not so sexy, what I'm going to say to you. It's actually more practical, and it's actually the truth of the matter is what it comes down to, and this is what all personal development can be boiled down to. And this is the part of the secret that they missed out, and if they told people, people would actually have had more success, but it would not have gone viral. It would not have sold 200 million copies of a DVD. And that is, you need to write down your 6 or 7 highest priority action steps every day, and then do them. Right? You need to know what your values are. You need to know what your highest values are, and then you need to write down 6 or 7 highest priority action steps that are directly going to magnify or directly connected with those values, and then go ahead and do them. Right? That's the little section that they missed out, which is actually the most important thing that you can do in your life in order to ensure that you live your dreams. So while it's all very nice to sit there and visualize and ask and believe, but then the little missing link before you receive is write down your highest priority action steps each day and do them, right? And this is like, if I look at someone who says they want more success in their life, and I can see if they're not getting it, it's because they're not doing the 6 or 7 highest priority action steps. And there is no exceptions. And I am no exception. When I look and see the things that I haven't been doing and the results I haven't been getting, It's because I haven't been doing the things daily that are moving me towards that. This is like simple. This is so simple, and this is it, right? This is personal development in a nutshell. Is what we're talking about in the values factor, is determining our values, knowing what our highest values are, and then writing down 6 or 7 highest priority action steps which are in alignment with those values, and then, wait for it, wait, then actually doing them. Okay? That's it. There's nothing else you need to know. That's all you need to do. Okay? Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to continue our reading from the values factor, Dr. John Demartini. You can purchase your copy at drdemartini.com and check out more about him. It's funny because on the back of his book here, it says, where is it? Here. For fans of The Secret. Yeah, there. For fans of The Secret. So this book is for fans of The Secret. Why? Because so many people that are fans of The Secret didn't work out for them, right? So here is the missing link. What's contained in the pages of this book is the missing link, right? The missing part of the puzzle that Rhonda Byrne so conveniently left out. Very clever woman. All right, page 212, the universal laws of business. As we have seen, the secret to an inspiring and fulfilling life is doing what you love and loving what you do, and getting handsomely or beautifully paid for it. In this way, your vocation can become your vacation, and has been said about Warren Buffett, you can go tap dancing to work. The way you know you're having a fulfilling life is the degree to which you can't wait to get up and do the work that you're inspired by. To some extent, you can solve this problem by finding inspiring and fulfilling work, either by linking your current job duties to your highest values, or by finding a whole other type of work that fulfills your highest values and serves your mission. But there is still another step to take. Setting your own agenda and filling your day with high priority inspiring tasks is the only way to gain true control of your time. If you don't set your own high priority agenda in this way, your day will automatically fill up with low priority, uninspiring tasks. This observation is a variation of a business principle known as Cyril Northcote Parkinson's law. Work expands to fill the time allotted. This is not just a business law, but also a law of life. If you don't fill up your day with high priority inspiring tasks, your day will fill up with many frustrating low priority tasks or distractions. These low priority tasks will frustrate you enough to eventually get you back onto high priorities again. You may already have noticed this in your own life. I certainly saw it when I was in a professional practice as a chiropractor years ago. If I had a gap between patients, even if it was only 10 or 15 minutes, the patients before or after would come to fill up that time with describing a new symptom, complaining about an old problem, or asking questions. Or perhaps a salesperson would get into the office, or someone would call with a personal question for me or one of my staff. Sometimes there would even be a technical problem, such as a jammed photocopier or a broken printer, or maybe my staff would misplace a file or lose patient contact information. However, when I had a seamless, non-stop, intense schedule, I noticed that we didn't have any time for all those unexpected challenges and problems, nor did we seem to attract them. Because our day was full of inspiring high-priority actions, there simply wasn't room for uninspiring low-priority distractions. From this experience, I realized that either you are filling your day with inspiration or you are attracting desperation. Either you are filling your mind's garden with flowers or your mind is filling up with weeds. So there is a very great reason for Parkinson's law. Your biological, sociological, and even economic world rewards you for living according to your highest values or priorities. Everyone whose life is organized around their highest values grows, including you, every person around you, every organism, and every business. Now, I believe the universe is filled with an expression of intelligence. I believe that it demonstrates through natural laws a high degree of regularity and a mathematical order and elegance. And I believe that the universe in general and the world in specific are helping both living organisms and living organizations evolve through the balance of support and challenge. Therefore, when you focus only on inspiring high-priority tasks, you are aligning yourself with the wisdom of nature, the law of efficiency or least action. This law states that whatever is accomplished will be done by the least action possible. Nature enforces that law to make sure that every individual is constantly giving maximum and efficient service and helping the organization to grow. Top performance of a top priority leads to the greatest efficiency. To put it another way, whoever sets the prioritized agenda rules. If you don't set the agenda, other people will rule. So your job is to set a prioritized agenda every day. How do you make sure that your agenda is entirely full of high priority items? Figure out exactly what is most inspiring and what is your particular specialty. The work that you're most qualified to do. The work that makes the greatest contribution. The work that provides you and your company the greatest competitive advantage and profitability. By definition, this high priority work will be both most inspiring and your greatest service. Then delegate all your other tasks, every task of a lower priority requiring less mastery, involving less specialization, to someone who would love to do those very tasks. This is the way to both to fill life with inspiration and to help an organization grow. Now you become the visionary, able to move forward on your inspired vision of service, while the detail people stabilize the business, organization, and manage your teams through further delegation. If you are the visionary entrepreneur founding the company, you have the opportunity to manifest your highest values throughout the enterprise. You have the chance to hire people who help you pursue your mission and fulfill your highest values. People who at the same time are pursuing their own mission and fulfilling their own highest values. If you're an employee, you have ideally chosen to work for a company whose highest values you can embrace or align with, and whose mission and vision you can share. Either way, you can take responsibility for your own time by setting your own agenda, filling up your day with inspiring, high-priority activities, and delegating uninspiring activities to someone else who would love to tackle them. Pareto's Law. Another business principle that dovetails with Parkinson's law is known as Vilfredo Pareto's principle, also called the 80-20 rule. This principle holds that 20% of your actions is responsible for 80% of your productive results. The key in life, therefore, is to identify and then target that 20% to ensure that you obtain the greatest possible results. This again will offer you the freedom to fulfill what inspires you most. Being of service. Each of us has our own unique hierarchy of values, but we all share the one key value. It is our nature to be of service. If you're of service, you are likely to feel more fulfilled, while if you're not of service, you're likely to remain unfulfilled. Even if you're well rewarded for a job, even if you receive a high salary, prestige, and other benefits, you will likely not find those rewards as meaningful or fulfilling if you do not also feel the fulfillment of providing a continuous and truly valuable service to others. When you delegate everything that you aren't perfectly designed and inspired to do, and then focus your efforts at working on that which is most meaningful and important to you, you harness your greatest resource of energy for providing service to others. For example, I research, write, travel, and teach. Sometimes my teaching involves just a single student, which I call a consult. Sometimes my teaching involves millions of people, perhaps on a television broadcast. Obviously, TV broadcasts are more efficient than teaching one person at a time. But there is a meaningful satisfaction I can find in teaching one-on-one that I choose not to give up. In that kind of teaching, I get instant feedback, which deepens my knowledge and skill, and which also offers me an actual case study that I can use in reaching and serving a wider audience. So though my consults may not be as efficient as my television work per unit of time, they are meaningful because then I have fresh, live information that I can use to inspire and serve even greater numbers of people. When you create your prioritized agenda, you want to include the most productive, profitable, and meaningful work among your priorities, as all of these types of work are important and inspiring. Ricardo's Law. Ricardo's Law was the creation of 18th century economist David Ricardo. It states that every country in the world has a resource or commodity that makes up a specialty niche, something that it is the greatest at, or that gives it a competitive advantage. Whenever a country targets exporting that specialty, the economies in that country grow. This law also applies to your life. When you focus on your highest values, you are tapping into the greatest resources and sharing those resources with the world. When you export these resources, not only are you most profitable, but the world benefits. And there endeth our reading again for today, day 36. How awesome was that? And I'm sure you can see how that dovetails from what I was also saying before we started the reading as well. That's it, folks. Personal development in a nutshell. I remember even Bob Proctor. Bob Proctor, he was the main face of the Secret movie, right? People even thought that he created it because he was like the main face of it. And isn't it interesting that when I saw Bob Proctor speak live, he said to me, he said, time management, he says there's no such thing as time management. He says, I write things down that I want to do, and then I do them. That's it. He didn't say that in the Secret movie. He just said, ask, believe, and receive. Or so we believe anyway. Because what actually happened was Rhonda Byrne cut a lot of stuff out of that. You got to realize that she interviewed each of those speakers for probably 2 hours each, an hour to 2 hours maybe. And each speaker has maybe 3 minutes maximum speaking time in the whole movie. 5 minutes, some of them maybe. Maybe Bob Proctor might have had 5 minutes. So she just took very, very cleverly, she just took the parts that fitted in to what would sell the most. And that's what you got to realize. And just to finish off with, a really interesting fact as well was that recently I've been studying the hero's journey, and I was looking at the secret and the law of attraction and everything. I was saying, well, how does the hero's journey fit into this? Because in the hero's journey, you receive challenges, you come up against obstacles, right? So a lot of the law of attraction teachers are saying, look, if you were thinking right, if your thoughts and feelings were aligned, you wouldn't come up against obstacles. They wouldn't get in your way. You would just breeze past them. So it's an idea of just everything is complete ease. But in the hero's journey, it's like, no, these obstacles are there as part of your journey. They're the things that strengthen you, right? To get you to the next level. And so I was wondering, I wonder how Rhonda Byrne would comment on that. And I was thinking, well, wouldn't that make a great documentary? The hero's journey, putting that the same as they did with The Secret. And I was formulating in my head of how to do it and everything. And then suddenly I realized that when I checked it out and I saw Rhonda Byrne's latest book is based on the hero's journey, which is really interesting because a lot of people, she got really mixed reports about it. A lot of people who loved her secret work didn't like the hero's journey because the hero's journey was saying, look, you actually have to do something. You actually have to face your fears and you have to get over obstacles and things like that. People say, you've changed your tune, Rhonda. Why is that? So very, very interesting, huh? So anyway, that's us for today. Again, thank you very much for joining me. And make sure, if this is the very first time that you're watching, make sure you go back to day 1 on Be Your Potential channel and watch them all sequentially. And I look forward to speaking to you again, same time, same place, tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching again. See you then.